Boom, what's going down, you guys? This was another fun training, but great training that I got to do with Tim Kelly of CCW Socal. So myself and my team, as well as another few teams that I work with, we all kind of pool and kind of come together to work and train with different trainers in order to keep our training pipelines fresh, throughout the year. During the year, you want to get some good support, some good training. So we do medical, we train with our firearms, we have different specialists and that are in that training pipeline to be able to speak for us if we do have to use our firearms. And that's what Tim Kelly does for us at CCW Socal. He runs us through a number of different quals. This one isn't one of them. This is just us training on firearm movement, strong hand, support hand, shooting at different levels, using barricades and different things like that. But he runs us through a number of different quals, and these qualifications are local law enforcement, federal level quals, CCW quals. It limits the liability and helps mitigate liability if we do have to use our firearms. And then my opinion, conducting these trainings once a quarter or 3 times a year, or at least twice a year, and passing these quals at least twice a year, marrying that with running and knocking out a shooting competition once or twice a month when whenever you can, was much easier before the price of ammo went up. But it's something that a professional should be doing in order to be able to defend himself in case he does have to use his firearm. Oh, and here's Jeremiah with the eye contact, man. I've known this guy my entire career. Jeremiah was actually my first team leader when I first started out in this industry when I was 21, man. We go way back. We've done a lot of things together internationally in a lot of places. Working barricades, firing on multiple targets, firing and moving, all stuff that's extremely important to have done enough to have decent software. Here's another qual we did where you have to run all the way back to the 50-yard line and engage the same target as you run forward. It's just one of those quals that's good to get your heart rate up, get your feet moving, and get you out of that flat range training in a vacuum type mentality. I really always want to get my guys and get myself away from that, because the reality is, that's just not the way violent encounters work. Violent encounters tend to be very just kinetic and dynamic, and there's a level of athleticism that you need in these encounters, that you need to be able to achieve to survive these encounters as well. So it's really important that you get out and you move and you get your heart rate up and maybe jog, sprint, explode in and out of position. Things like that I think are very important. And as you can see with my tactical protection reviews, when do you see a guy stand there, set up, aim, have a chance to get his all his sights aligned and execute a perfect shot unless he's a sniper? Go! Here's another really cool string of fire we did where we actually built some medical into it. So you're running up, you're using cover, you engage the first target, neutralize that target, you've got to reholster. And if you are reholstering appendix, you better be very careful. Always careful. Never in a rush back to the holster, right? You reholster because you're not in combat anymore, right? So only reholster when safe. Take your time back into the holster. Move the wounded principal, apply self-aid. Get that tourniquet on and then apply buddy aid. Just mixing it up, having a good time here at the range. One of my other favorite things Tim Kelly does with us is he has us, getting shootouts, man. We run dueling trees against each other. We run plate racks against each other. And everyone just gets worked, man. I get beat, although at this specific training event, I did not get beat. But we got guys on my team that beat me, and it's what it's all about. Get in there and train and get better and get challenged. Find out where you stack up. These principles are being lost, but they're so important, man. And when it comes to something as important as what we do, you need to know where you stack up and how good you really are. Another thing Tim Kelly does that I think is awesome is low light, no light. And you go to some low light classes, and it's truly a low light class, but it's infrequent that you actually get to train with no light. And Tim literally blacks it out. We turn out all the lights and we learn how to use our flashlights. Another cool thing is understanding the effect of light on you when you have been in darkness, how to overcome being blinded, utilizing the tools you have on you. So, you learn some important principles about how to fight light with light and get your eyes back in the fight as soon as possible so you can defend yourself and your clients. All in all, just another amazing day training with Tim and the boys. Remember, this is more than just a job, it's a lifestyle.